Welcome to my world. Good morning, good morning. So, I've mixed up my magic resin. I warmed the resin up from 67 degrees to 79 degrees. And then I added my part B and mixed it in my resin mixer. 4 times. I believe each section or session is 30 seconds each. And then I'll let it sit there while I'm getting everything ready. This is a black 3D printed skull. And with the exception of in your resin mold, you have your teeth, but you have the roots of your teeth. So it looks like you've got like like in an actual skull. With the 3D printed skull, it just shows the teeth. Okay. So it fits perfectly in this mold, but it does not fit perfectly, if you understand what I'm saying. Like the eyes, the nose, everything is almost exactly perfect. It leaves just very little room around it for resin, with the exception of the bottom where the roots and the teeth are. Now, it takes me a good while here to make sure, because the skull almost just lays right up against the back, the back of that mold. So it takes me a good bit of time to make sure that I'm getting resin back there to work the bubbles out. And because I did warm the resin before I mixed it up, it's got very few bubbles in it. And then I let it sit there for, probably about 10 minutes, even after it was mixed. So the only bubbles that you're seeing, or what I'm seeing, you really can't see from the angle of the camera, are not the micro bubbles. It's bubbles that's created from you pouring resin into an empty space or a tight space. So it does take a good bit of time to get this resin worked up. So that is what you're going to see, is me working that resin up. And I will go ahead and fast forward this. Thanks, guys. So real quick, I did want to tell you what I'm using there to work that resin down in that tight spot. I've always used the tip of a crafting syringe because it's perfect. Like when you're done with it, just wipe it off and let it dry. But I recently took a craft stick and glued it into the end of the crafting tip from the syringe, and it makes things a little bit easier. Now we are here with the mold the next day. It has cured, and I want to put a sticker in here that matches the sticker I put in the white one, which means I just need to trim like the bottom and around the edge a little bit. I just want to make sure that it fits in there perfect. I don't want any type of issues with bubbles going underneath that sticker. Now, I always have a trick. I take a piece of tape, stick it to the top of the sticker. That separates that sticker real easy from the backing. There's no fighting, no fussing. You could do it in reverse. You can take the backing off that way, but I use the tape for the front. That way I have control of where that sticker is going. Now, these stickers that I get from Temu, they are good. They are not washi tape brand, obviously, but these stickers are good. And if you're on YouTube, you'll find the link in the description for those stickers. Now, just take my time making sure that I have that sticker pressed down in there. I didn't trim exactly enough and it's coming up the side of the skull, so I had to be super, super careful and trim that piece of sticker out of there. So what I did was I trimmed it not right at the edge and up against the silicone mold, but a little further back on top of the cured resin part of it, just to make sure that I got that out. Now we're going to put clear resin on top of this, and that's what you're going to see me doing, making sure that the bubbles don't stay in there this whole way. Oh, and while I'm using my bestie there, my tape, I'm just going to go ahead and clean that parchment paper up.
Mr. Lowe, I won't have license meta. If he is,